What if everything you've been chasing has actually been chasing you? That inner feeling, that something's missing, that there's more to life, more to you. It's not just some passing mood. It's your soul whispering, "Hey, you forgot who you are. But don't worry, I'm right here." It's like your higher self sent a push notification straight to your heart. You've been logged out of your truth. Want to reset the password? We've all had those moments, maybe while brushing your teeth, waiting at a red light, or zoning out during yet another boring conversation. Suddenly, the thought hits, is this really all there is? Bam! That's not boredom, that's the beginning. That tiny whisper, that spark, that's the fire of self-discovery, striking the match and waiting to light up your entire reality. And if you stay with me till the end of this video, you won't just understand who you are, you'll remember it in a way that could change how you feel, love, and live forever. No guru required, no mountaintop needed, just you as you are, finally meeting the truth you've always carried. So let's start with the desire that drives it all. Happiness. That ache in your heart, that craving that never quite goes away. It's not weakness. It's your soul reaching for what it already knows is real. The craving behind the chaos. Ever wonder why every human on earth wants happiness like it's a sale at Target? It's because we all remember, somewhere deep down, the taste of pure joy. Not the, "I just got 1,000 likes on Instagram" kind. I'm talking about that soul-deep, timeless happiness that doesn't depend on Wi-Fi, a job, or someone else's validation. But here's the cosmic twist. If we remember it, it must have come from somewhere, right? That somewhere is you. Yeah, you're not looking for happiness outside. You're trying to remember the part of you that never lost it. But here's where the story takes a turn. Because even though we remember joy, most of us try to find it in all the wrong places. And eventually, we hit the wall. The world lets us down. And that, my friend, is where the real quest begins. The world let you down. On purpose? Let's be real. The world has probably kicked your hopes like a soccer ball at some point. That promotion didn't fix you. That relationship didn't complete you. That deep dish pizza was good, but it didn't heal your soul. So what do most of us do when life's Netflix series keeps glitching? We start searching, not just for better jobs or better partners, but for truth. We dive into spirituality, meditation, self-help books, YouTube rabbit holes about ancient aliens, and maybe even buy a crystal or two we don't know how to use. And that's when something magical happens. We stumble into the awareness of being, not being Beyoncé, not being enlightened, just being. Sounds too simple? That's because it is. But don't underestimate simplicity. It's where all the deep stuff hides. And from that moment of stillness, something starts to unravel. You begin to realize, wait, if I'm aware of my thoughts and my feelings and my body, then maybe I'm not those things. It's like stepping outside the costume of identity and finally meeting the actor underneath. You are not your body, but you're also not a cloud of light. Here's where it gets tricky. Most teachings tell you you're not the body, not the mind, not your name, not your Starbucks order. And that's true. But stopping there is like jumping out of a car and never learning how to drive it again. We don't ditch the body. We realign with it. We say, "Hey body, thanks for the ride. Let's roll together now," with awareness behind the wheel. This isn't about escaping life. It's about re-entering it with cosmic-level cheat codes. When you remember what you really are, life stops feeling like a maze and starts feeling like a dance. Sometimes slow, sometimes salsa, but always you. The more you uncover your true self, the more you realize that the most important subject on earth isn't the world out there. It's the one who's watching it. Let me drop a truth bomb. The most important knowledge isn't quantum physics, isn't how to do your taxes, and definitely not who's dating who on reality TV. It's self-knowledge, because everything you see, feel, touch, and think is filtered through who you believe you are. Want to understand the universe? Start by understanding you. William Blake once said, "As a person is, so they see." Translation: you don't see the world as it is. You see it as you are. So if your lens is foggy, cracked, or playing reruns from 2007, maybe it's time to clean the lens and meet the real I am. Your soul just lit a match. This first step, it's the hardest and the most beautiful. It's that sacred moment you stop running from yourself and start turning inward. But don't worry. We're not going into a cave to meditate for 42 years. Unless you want to, no judgment. We're just going to walk this path together. Layer by layer, laugh by laugh, aha by whoa. Coming up next, in Chapter 2, we're diving deep into how to separate your true self from the chaos of thoughts, emotions, and Instagram comments. You're about to meet the you that existed before the world told you who to be. And what you'll find there, it's not just peace, it's power. Trust me, you won't want to miss. Hey, can I just say something real for a second? Thank you. Not just for watching this far, but for being here, for showing up, heart open, eyes wide, spirit searching, even when the world feels loud, messy, or uncertain. You didn't land here by accident. There's a reason your soul brought you to this exact moment, and whether you know it or not, your presence is changing things, not just in your life, but in the ripple you send out to everyone around you. You are part of a quiet revolution, the kind that starts inside and heals everything it touches. So from the deepest part of my being, thank you for your light. Thank you for walking this path with me. And thank you for being the kind of soul that dares to remember what it came here for. This journey we're on, it's not just information, it's transformation. And I'm honored, truly honored, to be walking it alongside you. Ready to explore your true self? Let's go. So, who's actually driving the mind car? Have you ever tried to stop thinking and your brain said, nah, I'm good? Like, you close your eyes to meditate and your mind decides it's the perfect time to replay every embarrassing moment since 5th grade. Yeah, same. Here's the deal. Most of us walk around thinking we are our thoughts, that our mind is us, our emotions define us, and whatever voice is narrating our life like a reality show host, that's me, right? Wrong. That voice? It's not you. It's just your mental Spotify playlist stuck on loop. Your mind is loud, but it's not the boss. Let me drop a spicy little truth taco right here. You are not your thoughts. You are the one hearing them. That's right. Thoughts pop in like uninvited guests at a party. But you, the real you, you're the one watching it all unfold like, who invited this guy again? So, let's zoom out. Way out. If you can notice your thoughts, then clearly you're something beyond them. That's like watching a movie and suddenly realizing, wait a minute. I'm not Spider-Man. I'm just sitting here in popcorn-stained pajamas watching the story unfold. So, what happens when we stop getting lost in the mental movie and start looking behind the screen? That's when we get to meet something far more real and far more silent. Imagine peeling back every layer of your experience. Your opinions, gone. Your feelings, peeled back like emotional onions. Even your 5 senses. Turn the volume way down. What's left? Stillness, presence, awareness. That silent awareness? That's you. It doesn't judge. It doesn't narrate. It just is. Like the sky behind the clouds, always there, untouched by the weather. And guess what? That same awareness is showing up through everyone. It's not just your personal enlightenment bubble. It's the universal Wi-Fi signal of existence. And once you feel that quiet presence, you begin to notice something deeper. There's something underneath all your stories and labels, something that existed before anyone ever told you who to be. The I am without the drama. Ever said something like, I am tired, or I am excited, or I am so done with this day? Here's the mind blower. The power is in the I am, not what comes after it. Strip away the tired, the stressed, the overwhelmed. And what's left? Just I am. The raw, infinite, unbothered I am that existed before the coffee, the bills, or your cat knocking your crystals off the table. It's not spiritual poetry. It's the actual truth of your existence. And once you feel that I am without conditions, oh my friend, it's like discovering Wi-Fi in the middle of the desert. Everything shifts. But don't get it twisted. Just because you've tapped into awareness doesn't mean your mind stops throwing tantrums. Nope, it's still there. It's just not in charge anymore. Let's clear something up. The mind isn't the enemy. It's just dramatic. Like a soap opera actor who thinks everything is life or death. Traffic jam? The world is ending. Someone didn't text back? Clearly you're unlovable. Dropped your smoothie? Existential crisis. But you, my friend, are the calm screen the movie plays on. Your awareness is like the silent movie screen that never changes, no matter what wild scene is playing. So instead of getting sucked into the drama, you can start to say, look at that thought, that's cute, but I'm good. And when you stop identifying with all the thoughts and feelings, a new clarity shows up, not in your mind, but behind it. Like a lighthouse that's always been there, waiting for the fog to clear. You are the one who knows. Let me hit you with the golden nugget. If something can be known, a thought, a feeling, a story, a sensation, then it is not the knower. So what is the knower? Who's behind the knowing? You guessed it. Awareness. Not your personality, not your past, not even your beliefs. Just you as knowing itself. When you realize you are the knower of all things, and not the stuff you know, you stop clinging. You start laughing more. You feel light, like you just dropped 100 pounds of emotional baggage at the spiritual baggage claim. You're not lost, you're just watching the wrong show. Most people think they're broken or lost or not good enough, but they're not. They're just identified with the temporary stuff instead of the eternal presence that sees it all. You've been trying to fix the wrong thing. You're not the glitch, you're the whole system. And the moment you realize that, you don't have to fix your thoughts. You just stop mistaking them for you. Peace isn't found, it's revealed, because it's been here the whole time. Coming up next, in Chapter 3, we're about to unlock how this awareness, your true nature, isn't just something you understand, it's something that transforms everything. Your relationships, your purpose, the way you walk through the world. But more than that, you'll discover the one shift that turns life from a struggle into a sacred celebration. Stick around till the end, because what's coming next isn't just insight. It's the kind of soul-level clarity that can change the entire direction of your life. Not tomorrow, not one day, now. Chapter 3. Living as awareness. No robes required. What if your spiritual awakening wasn't about escaping life, but about fully showing up in it? With love, clarity, and fire in your soul. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more hiding behind maybe later. Because now, awareness isn't just something you visit during meditation. It's who you are, and it's ready to move into your relationships, your work, your purpose, like a quiet revolution in sneakers. This is where it gets real, and beautiful, and maybe a little messy, in the best possible way. Relationships, from transaction to sacred dance. So let's begin where that shift often shows up first and loudest, in the people we love, the connections we carry, and the patterns we keep repeating. Because let's be honest, we don't need a silent retreat to test our growth. We just need one awkward family dinner. Let's start where things tend to get real. Fast, our relationships, where old habits scream, wounds echo, and patterns love to repeat like a bad remix. We've been taught to get love, like it's a currency. Love me, fix me, validate me. But that's like asking someone else to breathe for you. But when you start living as awareness, everything shifts. You stop treating relationships like emotional vending machines. You realize you're already whole, not perfect, but complete. And from that place, love becomes an offering, not a demand. Imagine two candles side by side. Neither one needs the other to stay lit, but together they illuminate the entire room. And here's where it gets deeper. Because once you stop looking for love outside of yourself, a new question rises up from your soul. Now that I remember who I am, what am I here to give? And that, my friend, leads us to the big one. Now let's zoom in on something we all stress over: purpose. Most people treat purpose like a cosmic riddle. Is it in this job, that city, that person? Cue the existential scavenger hunt, and maybe a midlife crisis or two. But when you remember who you really are, purpose stops being a puzzle. It becomes a way of being. You don't chase it. You embody it. You become a living invitation for yourself and everyone around you to be more real, more awake, more you. Suddenly, even the small things feel sacred. Not because of what you're doing, but because of who's doing it. You're not a to-do list trying to prove your worth. You're a divine brushstroke painting presence into the world, one breath at a time. Life still happens, but you don't collapse. Even with purpose and presence, real life still happens. Because life doesn't magically stop being chaotic just because you're spiritually aware. All right, awareness sounds magical, right? But let's be real. Life doesn't pause just because you're enlightened. There will still be bad traffic, weird moods, spilled smoothies. People will still test your boundaries like they're trying to win a trophy. But here's the difference. You stop becoming your reactions. You don't get pulled into the drama storm. You notice the wave, but you don't drown in it. You become the sky, not the storm, the watcher, not the chaos. You feel the emotion. You acknowledge it, but you no longer say, "This is me." You say, "This is passing through me." And that, my friend, is freedom. Real enlightenment isn't a retreat. It's everyday life. But here's the part most people miss. Freedom doesn't mean floating above life with your eyes closed. It means walking through life with your heart open. Because once you stop being consumed by every emotional wave, something beautiful happens. You start showing up, fully, consciously, unapologetically, even in the most ordinary moments. Spoiler alert, you don't have to escape to a monastery to live in truth. Real spiritual power, it shows up when you can hold your presence while making dinner, when you pause before reacting, when you remember who you are in the middle of rush hour. This is where awareness gets expressed, not as perfection, but as kindness, not as detachment, but as compassion, not as silence, but as a conscious choice. It's not about floating above life. It's about walking through it with your soul turned all the way up. The flame never left. Let's land this soul plane together. You weren't broken. You were just identified with everything that wasn't truly you. But now, you've remembered the flame. The one that never left. The one that flickers behind your eyes, waiting to light up your whole life. You don't need to find yourself anymore. You're already here. And that awareness? It's not a destination. It's your natural state, your original essence, your home. If this journey sparked something in you, don't let it go dim. Let it rise. Let it guide you. Let it pour into the world through your presence, your choices, your love. Because this isn't the end. It's your beginning. The real you isn't behind some curtain or up in the sky. The real you is here, awake, alive, and ready to shine. Until next time, keep glowing, keep knowing, and keep burning beautifully.